Dear students, due to COVID-19 and lockdown situations in India, you stay at home, then you will be safe. And you prepare in a home by using the online lectures, by using some videos. We are already formed the WhatsApp group and we are providing the questions papers to you. Go through it, and whatever the difficulty, you immediately contact to me or our faculty by using the email or the WhatsApp, so that we will clear your difficulties. Myself, Dr. S.M. Kadam, HOD, Department of Physics. Today we are going to study, particularly already our syllabus had been completed very in time, but some instructions or some requested by the students, we are revising some ideas of the subject, and so our faculties are going to revise some concepts which are hard in physics. So today we will study the cardinal points for the BSc 2 students, which are very important for understanding. This comes under the heading, this is the paper 8 and waves and optics. So cardinal points falls under the optics. Optics is the branch of physics which deals with the study of light and the light phenomena. Light phenomena are the phenomena which are observed in daily life, just like reflection, refraction, polarization, interference, diffraction, etc. Also there are some light phenomena like photoelectric effect, quantum effect, etc. So to explain the phenomenon of the optics, we use the optics is nothing but wave, and by applying the ideas of the waves, we can explain polarization, diffraction, interference, refraction, etc. But by using the light is nothing but wave, this concept cannot explain the idea, cannot explain the effects like photoelectric effect, Compton effect, black body radiation, etc. So that effect can be explained by using the light is nothing but the particle. So we can define the light is nothing but the wave as well as particle. It has the dual nature. So in order to explain some phenomenon, we can use the light is nothing but wave. But in some phenomenon, we can use the light is nothing but the particle, and we can explain those phenomena. So in general, what is light? Light is nothing but wave as well as particle. So as far as the optics is concerned, there are two phenomena, physical optics and the geometrical optics. So cardinal points comes under the heading geometrical optics, and other remaining units, polarization, diffraction, interference, etc., comes under the particularly physical optics. So if we explain the cardinal points, which comes under the heading geometrical optics, we must have the sign conventions. Whenever the sign conventions are come to focus, I will explain how to use and how to use the sign convention in that article. So in case of the cardinal points, why the cardinal points are defined? So as far as in this article, we will see here the cardinal points of an optical system. We will see definitions only, graphical construction of image using cardinal points, Newton's formula, relation between focal point, F and F' for any optical system, relation between lateral, axial and angular magnification. So these are the points that should be covered under the cardinal points. So to see the cardinal points, how it is arise, particularly we next we particularly we should have what is meant by thin lens and what is meant by thick lens. As far as lens is concerned, convex lens we will concern, if the thickness is very small, then it can be regarded as thin lens. And while if the thickness of the lens is large, middle portion is large, then it can be regarded as the thick lens. So in case of the thin lens, thickness is very small. If object is placed and image we are obtained particularly, so distance of the object and distance of the image from the lens here is calculated very easily, because it is assumed that the thickness of the thin lens is very small and can be neglected. So we can neglect the thickness of the thin lens as the thickness is very small, thin lens in case of thin lens. So the distance of the image and the object is measured by assuming this thickness is neglected. But while in case of the thick lens, thickness is large. So by calculating the distance of the image and the object from the lens, from where it can be measured, it is difficult because we cannot neglect the thickness of that lens. In that the process is complicated, and to arrive at a simple process to measure the distance of the object and the image, here the cardinal points are defined by scientist Gauss in 1800, nearly about 31, F41. Next. Gauss defined in 1841, Gauss defined the concept of cardinal points. For an optical system, what is meant by optical system? If we can take the thick lens, then it can be regarded as optical system. Or if two thin lenses, thickness is very small, if we can use the two thin lenses separated by the finite distance, then that system can be regarded as also the optical system. So optical system means if the two thin lenses are separated by finite distance and placed coaxially, then it can be regarded as the optical system. Or we can use if one lens which is thickness is very large, that can be regarded as the optical system particularly. And for an optical system, Gauss defined the three pairs of the cardinal points, two focal points, two principal points, and the two nodal points. And corresponding to these three cardinal points, cardinal planes are also defined. So here two focal points, F1, F2, principal points, H1, H2, nodal points, N1, N2. Next. So first of all, we will see what is meant by focal points and the focal planes. Next. Now we will see what is meant by principal points and the principal planes. So for that, this is the optical system. This is the one thin lens L1. This is the L2, another thin lens, which are separated by the distance d. And x dash is the principal axis. Principal axis is a line which divides the optical system into two equal parts. So this imaginary line is known as the principal axis, that is x dash here. And these two lenses are placed coaxially, so that we are getting upper half portion and the particularly below half portion. Here now to see the what is meant by principal points and the principal planes, consider the ray AB, which is parallel to the axis, principal axis. This is parallel. Then after refraction, it proceeds to the lens second, and after refraction this it passes through the point F2. Then this point is known as the particularly the second focal point. So what is the second focal point? It is a point on the axis. All the six cardinal points lies on the axis. So second focal point is a point on the axis such that a ray of light parallel to the axis passes through it after refraction. So this is the incident light and this is the optical system. This is the optical system and this ray is refracted here. This is parallel ray and this is the optical system particularly here, and this ray after refraction it passes through the second focal point F2. Now consider the another ray. F1D here, which is already here passing through. We consider this ray from the first focal point, that is F1. After refraction it passes through system at same height as the incident one, so we are getting the refracted ray here. So this refracted ray is refracted rays goes parallel to the axis. Then such a point is known as the first focal point. So first focal point. So remember all the 6 cardinal points. This is the axis. All 6 cardinal points lies on the principal axis. So this is the first focal point. This is the second focal point. So what is the first focal point? It is a point on the axis. You see, F1 is point on the axis. F2 is also point on the axis. So this is the point on the axis such that a ray of light passing through it. After refraction, it proceeds parallel to the axis. After refraction, it proceeds parallel to the axis. Not only this ray, any ray passing through the F1. For example, we have considered like this ray considered. After refraction, it proceeds parallel to the axis. So such a point is known as first focal point. So first focal point is a point on the axis such that after refraction, a ray of light passing through it is rendered parallel to the axis after refraction. While the second focal point is a point on the axis such that a ray of light parallel to the axis after refraction it passes through it. So these are conjugate points. F1 and F2 are conjugate points. You see, ray is starting from F1, it renders parallel. Ray parallel asin, you are getting like this. It passes through the F2. So these are such a conjugate point. So it means that if the object is placed here, here we are getting the image of this. If the object is placed here and this is the optical system, then you are getting the image at infinity. While if the object is placed at infinity, the rays coming from the distant object can be assumed to be parallel. The object which is placed very away from us can be, the rays coming from such an object can be regarded as the parallel rays. So if the object is placed at infinity, then image we are getting at this point F2. So we can define in another manner. First focal point F1 and second focal point F2 are the pair of points on the axis such that here their conjugate points are at infinity. You are getting object here, you are getting image infinity. Here you are getting image here, object infinity. Such a pairs are known as the focal point. Now you see here what is meant by principal points. The ray, what we have considered the one ray which is nothing but here EB ray. After passing through it passes through the second focal point F2. Now when the ray, emergent ray here and its incident ray EB, this is emergent ray, its incident ray is nothing but EB. When produced back, dot like this, here is dot, they intersect at this point particularly. This is incident ray, its emergent ray is this. This is incident ray, its emergent ray is this. This emergent ray and its incident ray proceed back, it meets at F2, P2 particularly point. Then draw the perpendicular line here like this, P2 S2, it intersects at S2 particularly. Then this S2 is called as the second principal point, that is S2 here. So S2. While we have considered, so S2 related to F2. This is incident light. Its refracted ray is this. When produced back, they meet at P2. Draw the line perpendicular to the axis. Then it meets the axis at S2. This point is known as what here? The second principal point. While this is the first focal point, this is the incident ray and it is emergent ray. This, when these are produced back, then we are getting this, they meet. The emergent ray and its incident ray meet at this point P1 now. Then draw the plane perpendicular to the axis and passing through this P1, we are getting this is the intersection point. This gives the position of what here? This gives the position of the first principal point. You are getting the position of the first principal point. So we have seen what is meant by what here? The two focal points and the two principal points. Here F1 and F2 are the two focal points. These are the pairs connected to each other, conjugate points. H1, H2 are also the points. So how it can be defined? This we can define already this, what is meant by first focal point, what is meant by second focal point. Then how H1 and H2 are defined? It means here, if this system, you have to omit. You imagine this lens is not here, this lens is not here, and these lenses are represented by these lines particularly. So these are the hypothetical planes. The planes passing through the planes perpendicular to the axis and passing through the corresponding point is called as corresponding plane. So the plane perpendicular to the axis, this is the axis, x dash, this is the axis, the perpendicular this line. So the plane perpendicular to the axis and passing through the F2 is called as second focal plane. What is this plane? Plane is nothing but always perpendicular to the axis. Passing through F2, therefore second focal plane. If this is the plane passing through the S2, it is called as second principal plane. While this is the first principal plane. This is first focal plane corresponding. Corresponding to every cardinal points, there is a cardinal plane particularly. So this is regarding the principal points, and we have seen the also the focal points. What is the point? Now the nodal points. 6 points there are cardinal points. Now for the nodal points here, now consider here the another. Here is nothing but these are the points. Here also this is upon focal point. This is also what here the second focal point. This is first focal point. H1. The optical system is represented by the imaginary planes. H1 and the S2, P1 H1 and the P2 S2. This is first principal plane, this is second principal plane, and a ray of light is passing through this here. It is directed towards. So these are the N1 and N2 are the points on the axis such that a ray of light is directed towards the one nodal point. It will be emerges out from the second nodal point in direction passing through the incident point, parallel to the incident point. Such a pair of points are known as the first nodal point and the second nodal point, and the planes perpendicular to the axis and passing through N2 is known as second nodal plane. The plane perpendicular to the axis and passing through N1 is known as the first nodal plane particular. Also it can be defined as here, the N1 and N2 are the pair of points on the axis such that the lens system has positive angular, unique positive angular magnification. What it means, if here the angle made by this incident ray is alpha 1, the angle made by this ray, emergent ray, is alpha 2, then alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2. This is because these are parallel lines. This and this parallel line, and we are getting these angles are equal. So if the angles are equal, the angular magnification is defined as the tan alpha 1 divided by tan alpha 2 is equal to 1. Is equal to 1 what? This is alpha 1, this is also the alpha 1, so we are getting 1. And so, in case of the principal points are also defined as, these are the points on the axis such that the lens system has unique positive lateral magnification. Here is the angular magnification. Angle same, angular magnification, unique positive angular magnification. Unique why? Because these angles are same. While in case of that also, earlier, in case of this here, these are the points on the axis, another definition, such that the lens system has unique positive lateral magnification. Unique positive lateral magnification means here, lateral magnification is the ratio of height of image to the height of object. It is seen that here, if the object is placed here, we are getting the image of the same size at this point. If the object is placed at H1 P1, the image, same size image is obtained at the P2 S2. And therefore, the ratio, if we take here, we get lateral magnification and it is equal to 1. Because height is same of the image and the object. And ratio of height of image to the height of object is called as lateral magnification, and this comes out to be 1, and therefore these are the points such that the lens system has unique positive lateral magnification. Geometrical construction of image using cardinal points. So in this case, this is one of the property. Distance between two nodal points, N1 and N2 is nothing but distance between nodal points, and H1 and H2, this much distance is nothing but distance between principal points. So it is easy to show that the distance between these two, H1, H2 is equal to here N1, N2. This can be very easily can be obtained by using the similar triangles. Next. Graphical construction of image. How the image of any object placed on the axis can be constructed. So for that here, suppose this is AB is nothing but any object placed on the axis. So optical system is defined by these planes P1 H1 T1 and P2 S2 T2. These are the optical system. Means here is thick lens. We are getting like this thick lens here. Here is thick lens particularly, or here is a thin lens. This is the another thin lens particularly, and this is X axis is nothing but the principal axis, which divides the optical system into two equal parts. Now, EB is nothing but any object placed at the axis. Now we have to find the image of EB. Here we have to obtain the image of EB. EB is object placed on the axis here. For that we have to draw three rays. The first ray now. Draw a ray parallel to the axis here. From A point here, consider we have drawn three rays from A point. Consider the ray parallel to the axis AP1. After reflection, it passes through the second focal point according to definition. So, from the concept of cardinal points, we can construct the image of any object placed on the axis, and for that we have considered the first red ray. This is the first ray parallel to the axis, and after reflection it passes to the whatever the second focal point, that is F2 by the definition. Now consider the another ray passing through the whatever which is directed towards the first nodal point N1. After reflection it will proceed to the second nodal point and parallel to the incident ray. The AS1 and A1S2, this is parallel. Then this is the another ray. So these two rays are drawn by the definition of cardinal points. Now draw the third ray, which is passing through the first focal point. After reflection, it proceeds parallel to the axis. Then the intersection of the any two reflected rays. These are incident rays 3, and corresponding these are reflected rays. The intersection of the any two reflected rays, this or any three rays, gives the image point of A, which is known as the A1. A1 is nothing but what here? Image of point A. We are getting it. Now join A1 B1 here perpendicular to the axis. You join it now. Then the A1 B1 will be the image of the EB. Here we are getting the image of EB. We are getting A1 B1 will be the image of EB. And how it can be constructed? By considering the three rays. One corresponding to definition of second focal point, the another corresponding to definition of nodal points, and the another corresponding to the definition of first focal point. So by definition using we can construct this. So this is for here the image of. In this way we can particularly construct the image of any object placed on the object on the axis particularly. So this is, and here also how the Newton's formula can be deducted. So x1 x2 is equal to f1 f2. What is x1? x1 is nothing but here. You see here the distance of the object from first focal point. This is the x1 here. Distance of object from the and x2 is nothing but what here? The distance of image from the second focal point. This is the x2. So x1 x2. What is f1? f1 is nothing but here. The distance h1 f1 is nothing but the first focal length of the lens system always. This is the distance h1 f1 is first focal point, while f2 is nothing but here. This much distance is nothing but the second focal point of our lens system. What is Newton's formula? The product of the distance of the object and the image is always equal to the product of the focal length of the lens system. And it can be easily proved by considering the two triangles, similar triangles. Which one? ABF1 and corresponding similar triangle this T1 H1 F1. So we can consider this triangle and writing one equation we are getting equation 1. So we are considering this triangle and this triangle, similar triangle. Similarly we are getting one equation. Considering also this triangle and these triangles are also similar. So by considering these two similar triangles and applying the properties, we are getting the other equation. Then equate that equation, we are getting immediately this equation. So next, relation between focal length and this one. Here also, the particularly we can use the same figure. Earlier we have seen the same figure earlier. So we are getting ray drop. Next. So we have same figure we are getting. This and this say. So you are getting like this figure. We have considered the another ray here. So consider this ray AP1, which makes an angle alpha 1 with the axis, theta 1 with the axis, and after refraction it makes an angle theta 2 with the apex. This is the image. So according to this figure is drawn on the basis of the concept of the cardinal points. So we have considered the another ray, and its emergent ray is this. So theta 1 and theta 2 angle. So particularly how this relation can be determined. So remember that we have considered the earlier Newton's law. While seeing the Newton's law here, these we have considered these two similar tangles, then these two similar tangles, and writing the equation we are getting the Newton's formula, particularly x1 x2 is equal to n1 n2. Now here also we have to consider the another, in addition to these pairs, we have to consider the another similar tangles, the pair B P1 T1. This is the one, and the other H1 P1 and T. This is big triangle, and this, and writing one equation. Similarly here also we are getting the two equations. This is the big triangle and corresponding this triangle. So we have considered four equations, and solving that equations we are getting this relation. Simple relation you are getting here. The if F1, this is the F1 is nothing but focal length of the first lens, focal length of the second lens F2, then F1 by F2 is equal to, and refractive index, if the two lenses are separated by the two media, refractive index mu1, refractive index mu2, then F1 by F2 is equal to minus mu2 by mu1. We are getting immediately relation finally. Next, relation between lateral, axial and angular magnification. What is lateral magnification? Lateral magnification is defined as the ratio of height of image to the height of object. So you will particularly you are standing in front of some lens. That is, you means your height, that is the objective, and your image is seen through the lens. Image will be small, just like photography. You and your photography. Then that image is nothing but what here? Then height of image to the height of object gives rise to lateral magnification particularly. So this is height of image to the height of object, lateral magnification. Similarly here, axial magnification. Axial magnification is related to the size of object here. The object is placed, size here is nothing but h to say. After image, size will be decreased on the principal axis or increased depending on ratio of height of image to the height of object is known as the axial magnification. So remember that the upper portion related to image, below portion related to object. Here is also, here is height related to height. Here width of the here. Length of image parallel to axis means width of image, object image to the width of object. In denominator object in everything. Angular magnification is if alpha theta 1 and theta 2 are the angles made by, here is object, angle made by the axis by the object to the angle made by, that is theta 2 to the image, and the ratio of these two angles. Here particularly tan theta 2 divided by tan theta 1, when theta 1 and theta 2 are very small, we can neglect the tan and we are getting theta 2 divided by theta 1. And also by using the Newton's formula and above we have seen the definitions, we can easily prove the relationship between these three magnifications, and that comes out to be m finally.
This is pen.
Yeah, this relation. This is the axial magnification into angular magnification. The product comes out to be equal to lateral magnification. So this is the relationship between the three magnifications. So within this, the cardinal points, that is the geometrical optics, is poor. And you can prepare in home. Any difficulty, you contact on email or WhatsApp. Okay, thank you.